Camera tracking can take a potentially boring piece of footage and really make it pop. Let me show you how to do this. Today I'll be using Filmora 11 as my video editing software. Start by bringing your piece of footage into your timeline. Make sure your footage is shot at a wide enough angle that you can crop it later on and still have what's important on screen. In the track above your main footage, create a text track and choose a simple circle, or the letter O as your reference point. Let's move this circle over the item in your footage that you want to camera track. In this case, I'll choose the face of the dancer on the right. I'll make sure that his face is centered right in that circle. Start with your playhead at the very beginning of your footage and add a keyframe here to hold the opening position of your main footage in place. Let's also lock the text track in place so that you don't accidentally move it while you're working on the project. Scrub a handful of frames ahead in the timeline. You'll notice here that the dancer's face is no longer centered in that circle. So let's left click and drag that main footage over in the preview window to put his face right back in the center of that circle again. Selecting the track in your timeline and using the arrow keys on your keyboard can make minute adjustments a lot easier. You'll notice when I did that, another keyframe was added in the timeline to tell the software that the footage needs to be moved to this position at this point in our timeline. Let's move the playhead another handful of frames ahead and repeat this process. Do this as many times as you need until you get to the end of the video segment you're trying to camera track. Once you have the majority of your keyframes in place, you can actually go back and scrub through from the beginning to make sure that the area you want the camera to track is always centered in that circle. Any place that it isn't, make a slight adjustment and make sure another keyframe is added into your timeline. You'll notice in the preview window as the video plays, negative space or black areas are now visible on screen as the footage is moved off of center. That's going to be a problem when we export. But to solve this, start by bouncing your footage. What I mean by that is export your footage at a high resolution and bitrate and bring it back into your project. Now all that keyframe motion will be baked right into the footage and we're ready to crop. All you'll need to do is crop in on your footage and make sure that the crop is tight enough that none of these negative space or black areas end up in your final export. In Filmora, you can do this just by opening the crop and zoom tool, setting up the crop, and scrubbing through the footage using the scroll bar to confirm that your crop is tight enough to hide any of these negative space or black bar areas. Add a little color grading, export, and you're done. If you want to learn more about how to make better video content, upload it, and grow your YouTube channel, click on the video that's on screen now or the one that I'll link down below. Peace.